In today's video, I'm going to walk you through a step-by-step guide on building a Shopify dropshipping store that will make you $200 in profit every single day. And it's a tried and true method. The only downside to it is you do have a cap to how much money you can make. It's pretty much capped to a couple $100s a day, but you can grow your brand, and once you have money flowing, that will help you build other businesses, and it at least will provide you some cash flow. And if $200, $300 a day is good for what you're doing outside of what you're doing for work right now, hopefully I can provide you with a way of making some money online in a remote setting that's more comfortable and will give you a little bit more entrepreneurial spirit behind what you're doing. And I'm literally step-by-step guide because it is repeatable and it's not scalable and it's not something that I'm doing right now. So I'm happy to walk you through how to deploy this kind of business. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, it's absolutely free to do, and it greatly helps me, the channel, the community. Please like the video if you enjoy it. And if you want to see more personal finance or entrepreneurial content, consider subscribing. I make lots of videos. Let's say you want to make $200 a day online, and this isn't a gimmick. This isn't get rich quick. I'm not selling you anything. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a mechanical engineer. I've been doing e-commerce, drop shipping, and all kinds of stuff as a profession for quite a large portion of my career. And I own a successful business. Actually, I own a couple successful businesses in this space, and I've definitely deployed these techniques to get going on some of them and start to build a customer basis, get some customer contact for free marketing, and just get some cash flow to be able to actually launch my business. So this could be a tenfold strategy. Maybe you just want to take some time off and make some business. Now, it's not guaranteed, it's hard work, it's not get rich quick, but it is a tried and true method that you have definitely seen as a consumer if you're on social media before in the past. This was really popular from about 2014 to maybe even like 2020. We saw it a lot. It's happening a little bit less, but the reality is it's very much still happening. So I think most notably, you'll have seen this method as the free shipping method, but it's offering a significant discount on a product in turn for an offer back from your customer. The reality is if you price your product correctly and market it correctly, you don't actually need to receive the payback from the customer. That could be like self-promotion or review, whatever it is, and you'll sell the product still for a profit to that person. What does that all mean? So you pick a product. Let's talk about a dog bed. That's an easy one. It's a product that's probably between, let's say, $60 to $100. Let's talk about a large dog bed, actually, maybe a premium dog bed for about $100, what a consumer would consider buying for $100. So what I would do in this instance is I would go source that $100 dog bed on a dropshipping site. Could be AliExpress. I'm not a big fan of AliExpress, but I would look through all my dropshipping sites, find one with a very low ship time. We're looking 2 to 3 weeks max, and make sure that you can find a dog bed, a large premium dog bed for under $100. I've done this, they exist. I know that the average cost for that product is going to be about $27 shipped for a similar product that you would find for $100 on a website like Chewy, Amazon, Walmart, that kind of thing. So here's what you're going to do. You're going to get your hands deep and you're going to become a salesman for this product. Now, this is why it's not a get rich quick scheme, because to make this $200, to make this like fixed cash fee of profit every day or whatever it's going to be, you're actually going to have to go out into the trenches and do this work yourself as a salesperson. This is going to give you some invaluable skills as an entrepreneur in what you're doing. It's going to help you learn more about your customer basis. It's going to give you invaluable research on everything you're doing, but most importantly is it's going to put money in your pocket. So what you're going to do is you're going to create an offering that makes sense around your price, right? If we know the MSRP for this product at any other stores or a similar product is $100, what we're going to do is we're going to apply a significant discount, so much so that we need to give them a reason to why we're discounting it, because it feels like a scam. And we're going to make sure that significant discount still offers a barrier of profit for us. So if it's a $100 product, we're going to discount it 50%, right? We're going to provide a 50% discount. So we're going to sell it for $50. We know that our profit margin after, we're going to round up here because there are going to be something like processing fees, taxes, all these things that you might have to work in, and we're going to work in some type of return rate too. So let's say your profit margin is like, I want to say $20, but it's probably going to be more like $18, but let's just call it $20 to talk about a round number. But now here's the problem. If you go and market a $100 dog bed at a 50% discount, you've got what's called like a fallacy price issue. So most people aren't going to trust it, whether they think it's a scam or they think it's going to be cheap because the product is literally too cheap compared to its original price. Even though that's not true, that is something that exists, at least in the US market, that is very much like a common technique with marketing, and that's why some products actually cost more than you think they're probably worth, because if they were cheaper, a large portion of the population in the US wouldn't buy it because it's perceived to be cheaper, even though it's the same product, it's just cheaper. So what we're going to do is we're going to say that there's a reason behind the discounted price. This is also going to create some trust, and it's going to create like almost like an ask where they also feel like they're providing something to you, and it's going to be a more personable experience. What I've done in the past is I've said I'm giving away products at 50% off so that I can get reviews for my store to get started. One, this is going to give me reviews, and I did this to build social traffic and social kind of structure to what I was selling, but it also allowed me to sell my products with still a profit margin and give reason behind what I'm doing. Now the person trusts why you're giving such a big discount because you're saying, look, I need a review, that's why I'm doing it. You're still making money on the product, they're getting the product, and you're gonna get honest feedback from them. But if you know your product's good, you can continue to deploy that. Now, the two things that you might be wondering. One, how hard is it to find products with that kind of margin? Surprisingly easy. You just need to spend time looking at your household, things that you do, things that you get, and just understand that products like lights, lamps, chairs, everything are being sold at high volumes. Just start doing research, look at products, and find them. I promise they exist. I'll make a video where I sit down and I find like 30 or 40 in my house that have that kind of margin. It just, they're not super scalable at the method that we're doing. So it doesn't work if you're running ads and doing all that thing. It doesn't work. But if you're using this method where you have a cap, right? Your time is your cap here. You can make money, but you can't scale it beyond your cap, your time, right? Because you're going to be selling, that exists. Now, the second thing is, how do you find people to sell to directly through this method? It's actually fairly easy. So we have a few pieces of social media that are free that you can get pretty involved in. So the number one platform that you're going to sell through is going to be Facebook, and specifically Facebook groups. So whatever your product is, for our example, the product was a dog bed. We're going to go into dog bed groups. There are literally tens of thousands of them, and we're going to join as many as we can. Now, you might find yourself lucky in a group they allow you to post something like this, but for most groups you're not going to be allowed to post something like this. So what you're going to do is you're going to go down to a recent post where you see a lot of engagement and people that have like non-spammy that you could tell are real people engagement. You're just going to go through, you're going to like their comment, right? So that they see the social proof of you interacting with the post so they know where you're coming from. And then you're just going to shoot them a private message, right? Free to do, easy to do. You're going to copy and paste your sell in there. You're not going to add a link because you don't want it to come off as spam. You don't want Facebook to spam it. You're going to just say your first pitch and be like, hey, I've been part of this group for X amount of time. I have a dog. I think you have a dog because you were on there, whatever your sell is. I'm starting a business. I'm looking for reviews. I'm discounting my product 50%. Would you mind being a test case for me and helping me review my product? And I'll provide it with free shipping and 50% off if you can just help me out. You're not going to convert everyone, but you're going to have a conversion rate depending on your product, and then it's just a volume game. You're then going to follow up with that response, if they are willing to do that, with the link for them to convert and make the sale, and then you can follow up if you want to, if you're running that kind of business, for the actual review. If you don't have to do that, but you've made the sale. You're then just going to repeat this process, and it's all about how do you hit as many people as possible. You build a customer profile, so then you start realizing that you convert more with, let's say, 30 to 50-year-old women, or 20 to 30-year-old men, whatever it's going to be. You build that customer profile, you figure out what your conversion rate is better at, and then you message those people, and then you make that into a system. I have seen, and I've thought about doing it before, where you get that system ironed so well that you can then employ someone for like 10 or 20 bucks an hour to go do it for you, essentially, and you take the top skim off that, which is real money. And if you just rinsed and repeat, you'd be able to do that. I've found more success once I've got money coming in, just opening up bigger businesses and attacking the whole ad spend model so I can be more scalable and there's more upside. But the reality is you could do that and it could fund your lifestyle, or it could add more money into your pocket. It could, put a little bit more towards your mortgage or whatever you're doing. And that's essentially what I do. So that's my step-by-step guide. It's fairly simple. If you have any comments or questions in the comment section below, happy to have a conversation. I plan on making videos about certain aspects of how to do that more in depth, but that's the overall video, from like I'm doing nothing to how I reach out and sell to my customers directly. And obviously you're doing that on Shopify, but that's what you do. Hopefully I see you in the next video, and thank you for watching this far. If you did watch this far, please let me know in the comment section below. I will be sure to respond to your comment and have a conversation with you, because I appreciate the living crap out of you, make these videos possible, and I'll see you on the next one.